Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Let's talk today about the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading, my favorite day of the week. Absolutely love being here with you. If you are new to this channel, welcome. There's many new subscribers, so I'm excited that you are here with us. How we handle this Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading is by my just tuning into what is the energy out there. What am I sensing? Now, I always preface the fact that my experience, my location, the things that I'm dealing with both energetically as well as physically will, of course, influence these readings. But what I have found is that people in this community many times are feeling something similar, and it can be very helpful to hear someone else talk about what they're going through, and you can realize you're not alone in this. I also notice, especially with working with a lot of clients every day, is I see patterns that we're all dealing with very similar energies, similar challenges, but in different aspects or different ways. And so again, it can be very reassuring to hear someone say, "Oh, I'm going through that too." Right? So this is not necessarily predictive, although sometimes I get a sense of when we see relief or when we might see some changes or challenges. I don't commit to going forward for a full week, but rather this is just an intuitive energy reading of where we're at right now. So, and I also do usually recap a little bit. It has been a bit challenging the last couple of weeks. I think this is the third week that we are kind of in this dense energy. Dense is the word that came to mind when I very first tapped in. It was, I don't want to say heavy necessarily, but it is definitely dense and thick. And it's interesting because the veil is very thin. Heightened intuition, heightened telepathic communications. My daughter and I basically are speaking without speaking at this point. It's pretty crazy, as well as just hearing other people's thoughts or completing their sentences before they even really get the words out. So October is a time where this is very typical. The veil is thin usually through Halloween. Of course, that can change at any time, but that has been my experience historically. So, another key theme that I am sensing and noticing is realignment. The word alignment keeps coming to me, and there will be more about this. In fact, I'm considering doing a paid masterclass around manifestation and the key factor of alignment in manifestation. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be awesome and amazing. That was waking me up last night, so this obviously wants to come through. But I would say, as far as the current energies, it feels very much like a realignment, and that would be typical for eclipse season. We do have an eclipse coming up on Tuesday, I believe, next week. I'm sorry I didn't check that date, but pretty sure it's right around there. So eclipse season is all about putting you back on the right track. If you are off of your purpose, off of your path, sometimes the reset can seem a bit abrasive or jarring. If you are connected, tuned in, following your guidance on your life purpose path, it should be more rewarding, although of course it will depend on the house that it is in for you. But as far as what we are experiencing, this is more than just what I've experienced as far as eclipses in the past. That there is a clear, and I hesitate to use the word purging because it gets overused, but there are clearly things that are being taken out of our lives so that space can be created for something new. And the term that I prefer that kind of came to me was pruning. That there are obvious things in many different areas of my life that are asking to be shifted and changed. We need a new time schedule. We need new commitments. We need to delegate. We need to adjust priorities. We need to get really clear on time budgets. We're just shifting. We're shifting and adapting and realigning and kind of getting closer to the path that likely, had we been raised to study ourselves, to understand our purpose, to pursue our path from day one as children, we likely would not have as much readjustment as we are having in these moments. But that's okay. It's really good, and it feels awesome and amazing. The closer we get towards our path, towards our purpose, the more in alignment we feel with what is intended and divinely guided for our life. So we are pruning out those things that no longer serve us, making holes in space for the things that do serve us to come in. And that can be kind of an uncomfortable place to be. that nature abhors a vacuum, but not immediately. That the space has to be created and the whole has to exist to be able to draw in and attract the new thing. And it is that emptiness, that uncertainty of the unknown, that something big is coming. I am being prepared. We are being prepared for some major shifts and changes, not only in our lives, but in the world. If you are new again, I often talk about the New Earth Construction team. My purpose is purpose driven entrepreneurs. I am here to help you heal so that you can identify your purpose and manifest abundance through it, because we are the shift. We are creating the new earth. And these things that are being pruned out of our lives, these holes that are being created, the gap in the uncertainty, the space in between, is where the creation happens. And we can benefit from shifting our perception and our perspective, the story we tell ourselves about this space in between. We are in the darkness, in the void, in the belly of creation, in these moments where we can see that things are being pulled out of our lives, but I don't know what's coming yet. I can see that I've just taken on an exponentially higher workload. And I don't have time. I don't have extra energy. I don't know where this is going to come from. And from a 3D perspective, it can seem crazy. Like, what are you doing? But it's in those moments where it just doesn't seem logical. It doesn't seem to make sense, where we know that then I'm probably on the right path. Because it rarely is linear. It rarely is logical. That divine path looks confusing, and it's not logical. You would never say, I'm going to go from point A to point Z to point R and then back to C, right? It doesn't seem to make sense, but oftentimes that's how the divine works. And so when it doesn't make sense, but you know that you are following your guidance, then you are on the right track. So things are realigning, and I want to be careful about absolutes like this. It is recommended that we acknowledge and honor the realignment, knowing and trusting that we are being called more into alignment, that big things are coming, and we have to recalibrate to be attuned to be akin to be a match for these big things. So what do you really want? This is a big question and a theme that's coming up right now. Is in these moments of pruning and making space for the new, it's kind of that the last try, the last confirmation. Are you sure of what you want? Are you calling in your highest potential? Are you asking for your truest heart's desire? We also have a Venus star point coming up on the 22nd. And Venus it's a very complicated thing. I don't want to confuse anyone, but it only lands in these certain signs in relatively close to the same degree in those signs a couple of times a year. And the points that it makes, it's where the sun conjuncts Venus. The points that it makes actually makes the star. And that is a moment of questioning. What do you value? What is important to you? Are you certain that you are calling in the truest heart's desire, and not an egoic desire, not asking for money because we believe money is going to bring us freedom and peace and joy and love, but just asking for freedom and peace and joy and love. And if that comes through money, great. Embracing wealth, embracing the world that we have chosen to incarnate in, and our path as the New Earth Construction team. We are the shift, and we are here to create the new systems that will replace the ones that are crumbling. But all of that requires our acknowledgement, our truest heart's desires, recognition. That you are worthy. You deserve to ask for these things, and there's the other absolute. In order to create them, we must believe. We must believe we can, and we must believe we deserve. So we're being asked to trust the process, trust what is happening right now. It feels a little uncomfortable. It's not super high vibe. It's a little bit serious, it's a little bit dense, a little bit thick, it's a little bit murky, but trust the process. The universe will catch you, as one of my beautiful, beautiful clients and subscribers said to me the other day. It was perfect timing. The universe will catch us. And if we've taken on too much, then there's an obvious opportunity for pruning, and the things that are not for us will fall away. And what is for us will fall into place. I love to say that things are not falling apart, they are falling into place. So it can feel a little bit like walking through darkness, right? The term walking through the shadow, what was it? Although I walk through the shadow of death, I fear no evil, right? It's in the valley, right? We are in between the peaks right now. And it can be kind of scary when you're in the darkness of the void and the uncertainty. But we trust the process that as we cleanse and as we clean and as we purge and as we prune and we let go and we sit in the discomfort of the uncertainty of how this is all going to work out, we trust. And we say, I don't have to figure this all out. I don't have to carry the burden of solving the problem. I've just been asked to trust and follow my guidance. And that can be such a peaceful, beautiful place. When we let go of that belief that it is up to us to solve our own problems, let alone the world's problems, it's a burden taken from our shoulders, where we get to rest in peace and knowing, trusting and allowing and receiving, because we cannot receive when we are in that hypervigilant state of fear. So it can feel a little bit emotional. I've noticed sort of these ebbs and flows where old issues want to come up. I said in last week's video, it was kind of like that wounded, dying animal that's been cornered, lashing out, hoping for that last opportunity to clench onto something that will let it survive. But it's dead. Even though it seems like it's trying to come back to life, it doesn't have enough. It's done. It is gone, even though it seems like it's rearing its ugly head one more time. And it is those moments that we're gifted the opportunity to see another piece that needs to be healed and let go of. It's coming up so that it can be pruned and purged. So be willing to let it all go. If anything is difficult, if you feel that you're resisting something, if you're having to strive and struggle to hold on to it, if you're fighting that feeling of, no, I don't want to let this go, then that's your indication that something has to be let go. And we can spend a whole lot of energy clinging to something that is already gone and will go no matter how much we cling to it. Or we can use our energy to focus on what we're building and move towards our manifestations. If you follow me, you know my vision boards are right over there. So I look at them often. Just remain in faith. Trust what's coming. Trust the purge. Trust it's all happening as it should. Let go and forgive yourself. Don't hold on to the I should have never done that, or I should have never gone down that path, or I should have done it differently. Just because it's leaving now doesn't mean it wasn't meant to come into your life. Things come, people, situations, experiences, they come for a time, a reason, or a season. Nothing is ever always. Nothing is permanent. And that can be a really beautiful thing in moments like this where we can say, this too shall pass. Gam zeya avur, I believe. It means this too shall pass. Nothing is ever always. I love to say that to my son, who is very black and white. The good things will also pass, as well as the difficult moments. So enjoy them. Enjoy the memories of what was. Enjoy the time that you had. Acknowledge it, appreciate it, mourn it if you must. Have a ceremony to say goodbye. And then imagine putting it in a boat and sending it out to sea with love. trusting that it will be cared for and something even more beautiful and even better will come in its place. The most important thing to do right now is to stay connected to the divine, constantly checking in those micro moments. I love to use the analogy of playing Marco Polo with God, constantly checking in. Where are we at? Where are we going? What are we doing? What would you have me say? What would you have me eat? What would you have me wear? Making sure that you're staying connected and following your guidance is how you find the peace in these moments. Knowing that you will be cared for as long as you are following your guidance. Be willing to cleanse and purify, ground, whatever ceremony or ritual you need to do. Call it prayer, call it meditation, it doesn't matter, but those exercises, the leadership that is required of yourself right now happens in those moments. Whether it's journaling or automatic writing or grounding or meditation or a spiritual bath, a forest bath, a literal bath, a cleansing shower, essential oils, the list goes on and on. Search my videos. I've got, I think, a cleansing video as well as a protection video, which can be very helpful in this season. Cleanse your aura, call in your protection. Be vigilant about your maintenance because this is a critical moment. This is a turning point, and how you enter this new phase is going to determine how the next phase goes. So we want to enter in the healthiest, cleanest, most cleansed way. Cleansy. So we're standing in the eye of a storm, right? There's all of this shifting and changing and swirling around us that is happening right now. Hold your energetic vibration. Stay high. Stay positive, stay in faith, stay in trust, and hold steadfast as we go into eclipse season. Hold yourself steady in the eye of the storm and watch, detach, observe, rise above, and just watch how everything settles. And I can assure you, I don't make promises I can't keep, but I know that the divine has got this. The universe will catch you. Everything is happening for you, not to you, and things are falling into place. Okay? This too shall pass. And the last most beautiful piece that came through in the messages, I guess you would say, as I tapped in, was it's going to be a beautiful spring. Now, that may be specific for some, that may be for the collective whole. I get a general sense as I say that's going to be a broader theme for all of us. So let's just consider these next 6 months the fertile grounding period, the fertile ground where we continue to hold the vision, we continue to hold in faith and trust, surrender and receiving, trusting and allowing. And you cannot fail if you don't quit. So the number one reason why manifestations don't work is because people quit, because it doesn't happen fast enough. So we lose faith. And we revert back to that feeling of, well, I guess I just have to accept how it is. This is my life. It's never going to get any better. I'm not a creator. So we go back to the autopilot, creating more of the same, which is like the definition of crazy, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. But these next few months, 6 months, right? Ish, 5-6 months. This is the moment, the testing ground, the fertile, I get the image of the darkness, right? We're putting the seed in the dark. And this is the time where we have to water it, and we have to shine our light on it in full faith, not knowing what's happening underneath that dirt, not seeing the evidence of the 3D manifestation just yet. Not giving up. Not settling and not rushing into something because we're impatient. Because then we're going to end up going down the path of that lesson instead of holding our faith, holding our vision, holding our energy in the eye of the storm. And if we can do this for the next 5 or 6 months, I'm not saying it's going to be this difficult energy for 6 months, but I get the general sense that our big manifestations, the big shifts that we need in our lives are going to really start to be amplified in the spring. Okay, I think that's all I have for you. I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed this. Always, please do offer feedback under this video, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Let us know how you are experiencing the energy. Is this helpful for you? What resonates? What would you add? Certainly, there are always going to be greater themes that maybe I'm not bringing into this video. So the more you comment, the more you share, the more you help the greater community. I will also remind you, I am starting a membership. We are actually assembling the New Earth construction team. I believe I have picked out a platform to host our membership on, so I'm really, really excited about that. Things are happening. This is part of the new path. So the next 6 months will be in sort of the birthing phase of this membership. It's really, really exciting. I'm offering entry-level pricing right now. If you want to be part of the founding members, you can get in at $20 a month, grandfathered in for life. The price will go up. So if you want to join the community, send me a message, comment below, however you want to connect with me. This is really exciting, you guys, because it is not just a community where we support each other. We'll also be digging deeply into the themes that I teach in my coaching and my courses. This is the beauty of it, is accessible. I wanted to make it accessible, right? So this is the way we do this. We bring together the community. We dig into healing your trauma, healing the unworthiness wound, healing the triggers, healing all of the self-sabotaging behaviors that hold you back and cause you to play small, so that you can identify your life purpose and manifest abundance through it, creating the new earth. So we'll be diving deep into the topics that I teach in my course and that I share with my clients. So it is not just a community to come meet other people and connect, but also to heal your trauma, manifest your life purpose, and create abundance through it. So we'll be digging into all of those topics. There'll obviously also be the community where we can connect. There's a chat feature in the platform that I chose. So there's lots of fun engagement that's going to happen. We'll do live master classes. I've got all sorts of fun things we're mulling over. The community will drive the content. So what we discuss and how we operate the group will be up to the members to dictate and determine. And so I'm really excited about that. The last piece I'll share with you, one of the most exciting pieces for me is bringing together this community. That people who are interested in creating music will meet each other. People who are interested in coaching will meet each other. People who are interested in architecture or gardening or sustainability for food supply, things of that nature. We're bringing together like-minded individuals so that we can start to collaborate on creating the new earth. So this is really, really, really exciting. Yeah, I think that's all I had to share. There was something else that wanted to come through and I lost it. So maybe I'll comment below if that comes through. But I love you guys. Please do make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you're on YouTube, click this button to subscribe. Otherwise, this button is curated just for you. All right. I will see you on the next video, my friends. I love you so, 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 so dearly. I am so excited to connect with you, and our community is growing. This is going to be amazing. I love you guys. Take care.